Good morning, all, depending on when you're watching this. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, Out of Voice Radio. So today, I am done with positivity just for a moment. I am generally a fantastically positive dude. It is a source of pride with me. But today, ladies and gentlemen, today, the positivity is gone, at least for this one video. We're going to be looking at the pointless Pokemon from Thunderclap Spark. We've looked at all of the good cards. Now let's look at the ones which suck. So let's start off with Bruxish. I don't know what it is about Bruxish. I don't like Bruxish's face. There's something about it which just rubs me the wrong way. Now, it's a basic water Pokemon, so you can use Brooklet Hill, which sounds pretty good to me. It's got a retreat cost of 1, so you can use Escape Board, which is very, very nice. Now, it's hitting weakness on water-weak Pokemon. Well, I mean, what? What is weak to water? Turtonator? Not Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh's the best fire Pokemon, and it's weak to lightning. So this is all bad before we even begin. So maybe it's got some good attacks. Maybe it can be useful. No! No, it can't be, and no, it isn't. First attack, 1 water energy, 20 damage plus confusion. Now, to be fair, these attacks aren't necessarily terrible. We've all been using Espeon for a while, and Espeon does 30 damage plus confusion for a single energy, but then again, Espeon's got a lot of HP and it's got other good attacks. You're doing 20 damage. 20 damage just isn't very much at all. Your opponent can retreat out of it. They can even, there's only a 50% chance they fail confusion. So they've got a decent chance to get around it. Either they retreat or they take the 50-50 chance. There are certain Pokemon out there that I like this attack with. So if you take something like a Xurkitree, for instance, I like being able to do 20 damage plus confusion. The thing with Xurkitree is it's got a lot more HP. It's hitting weakness against a very relevant Pokemon in Ho-Oh. And it's got a good second attack, which says if you've got exactly 3 prize cards remaining, automatic paralysis. And you've got Beast Energy to get the energy on there if you really need to. And it can be quite nice in a Rayquaza deck, because Rayquaza does more damage depending on how much lightning energy is on you, so you can stash energy on there, so Rayquaza does extra damage. Or in a Naganadel deck, which does more damage for each Ultra Beast in play, you can have this out doing more damage with Naganadel. As it is, look, this first attack isn't unplayably terrible. It's just, is this the water Pokemon you're going to be using? Is this what you're going to be doing? And I don't think most of the time it is. Second attack here, water and a colorless energy, 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, which already has some damage on it. Now, to be fair, this again could be kind of useful. We've got Counter Gain, which reduces the attack cost by 1 colorless if you're behind on prizes. We've got Aqua Patch, which attaches a water energy from the discard to the bench Pokemon, bench water Pokemon. We've got Counter Energy, which is 2 of any type of energy if you're behind on prizes. Here's my thing about water Pokemon. Why do I want this? If I've got a water Pokemon, I've got something like Keldeo from Shining Legends, which for 2 water energy does 20 damage, plus 20 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Or I've got the new Kyogre from Sun and Moon 7 coming out soon, which does 30 damage to each of 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and has got 130 HP, so you can take a hit from a whole bunch of Pokemon. I just don't know when I'm going to play this Bruxish. 20 damage plus confusion is fine, but it really is an alright at the beginning of the game attack on a Pokemon which you can do better. But this can't really do better. 2 energy, 60 damage to a damaged bench Pokemon, alright. Maybe in a Greninja deck this could be quite good, because you've got Greninja and you've got Frogadier, both of which are doing damage anywhere on the field. But that makes Bruxish basically useless until you get damage on the field. Well, that might not be good enough, ladies and gentlemen, because that involves you having actually done some stuff at the beginning of the game. It's too awkward. When I could be using something like Kyogre, or for a double colorless energy, I could be using Latios and just doing 30 to one, 30 to another, which is the same amount of damage, except it's for a double colorless, and I don't need to wait until there's damage on other Pokemon. I'm not saying Bruxish is out and out terrible. I'm saying it's pointless, because why would you ever use this over something like Latios or Kyogre or something like that? But at least Bruxish is a basic Pokemon where you can use Brooklet Hill. What's Goat's argument, ladies and gentlemen? What is Goat saying? Okay, you can hit a Lycanroc for weakness. Fine. Okay, it's got 130 HP, so it can take a hit from Zoroark. That is about the nicest stuff I can say about it. The retreat cost of 2 is awkward, and the attacks are just bad. Double Colourless Energy, 40 damage. Now, bearing in mind, Latios is a basic that does 30 to the active and 30 to the bench for a double Colourless. This is a stage 1 that does 40 to the active. If you do that, then this attack does 90 the next turn for a double Colourless Energy. That's still not particularly great. Zoroark does more than 90 for a double Colourless Energy. Raichu from X and Y does more than 90 for a double Colourless Energy. And they're both stage 1s. No! As for the second attack here, Grass, Colourless, 100 damage. We can do better. And I know that you can use Counter Gain and Counter Energy to use it for 1 energy. No! There are so many better Pokemon out there. When I'm having people telling me that the Tapu Bulu from this set isn't as good as I'm making it out to be, when it's clearly quite a good card, no! It just annoys me. Tapu Bulu does 120 for the same energy cost. Okay, flip a coin if tails, it does 30 to yourself. Even so, ladies and gentlemen, it's even got a better first attack. The first attack does 20 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you know what? This is just better, and it's got the same HP, retreat cost, weakness, etc., and it's a basic. So Goat is basically a rubbish version of Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Bulu's a basic. No, this Goat sucks, and I don't like it. But the one that makes me really sad here is Alolan Dugtrio. I like Alolan Dugtrio. Alolan Dugtrio is a cool Pokemon. It's got the long flowing gold locks. Alolan Dugtrio had that brilliant card from Ultra Prism for a 0 energy where you could just bin energy from your hand and do a whole bunch of damage. Admittedly, it had a pitiful 60 HP, but it was a good attack. I like Alolan Dugtrio. Alolan Dugtrio is a Pokemon that's dear to my heart. And this card is an utter embarrassment. Okay, you get an extra 30 HP, you're up to 90. And the retreat cost of 1 is okay, and the weakness to fire is not bad. I mean, the most relevant thing post-rotation will be Moltres, which hits for 30, which will actually get a 1-hit KO on the Alolan Dugtrio from Ultra Prism, and not on this one. And the resistance to Psychic with stuff like Espeon running around is pretty good. But the attack, 60 damage for a no energy, it's actually good. You add a choice band, you're up to 180, and that's a 1-hit KO with a Delmise, adding 10 damage, against stuff like Sylveon and stuff like Glaceon. What's so bad? Well, I'll tell you what's so bad, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't hit weakness or resistance. Now, to be fair, metal Pokemon, think Tapu Koko, or even Xurkitree, all generally have a resistance to metal, so actually hitting for resistance is pretty good. But just like I said with Zekrom GX, if you're not hitting for weakness, this becomes a bad attack. If you're telling me I can get a stage 1 with a single down Mize on the bench and a choice band, and I can be getting a 1-hit KO on commonly played good GXs for 2 prizes, I'm thinking, yes, that's brilliant. If you're telling me it doesn't hit for weakness, I'm going, great. So I can just do 60. 60 for 0 energy, it's just not good enough. And look, I know it's still 60 for 0 energy. But you're not hitting weakness, and it's a stage 1, and it's got low HP, so it's not going to stay around very well. It's taking up way too much space in your deck, it's taking space on your bench, and it's not KOing anything. Now, to be fair, it will get evolving basics like Zorua, but no. because it's a stage 1. So generally speaking, by the time you've got this rolling, your opponent's going to evolve out of it anyway. Maybe if you go first, then you can get attacked before they've evolved, and I'm not saying it's completely unplayable. I'm saying that as a stage 1, it is not an efficient use of your deck resources. So there we go. I'm not saying these cards are out and out terrible. No, that's not fair. I am saying Gogoat is out and out terrible. Dugtrio and Bruxish both have redeeming features as cards. Bruxish as a Pokemon is terrible. I just don't like them. These aren't good cards. I'm giving them all 2 Wassies, except Gogoat, which I'm giving 1 Wassie because grow up, Gogoat. Do something useful. So there we go. That is my one angry, argumentative, not happy, negative video, which we're going to be doing for Sun and Moon 7A. Now we should have looked at all of the cards from the set, though if I've missed any, do please let me know in the comment section. And now we can get back to positivity, and we can wait for when Fairy Rise starts getting leaked, because you know, ladies and gentlemen, that the second Fairy Rise starts getting leaked, I will be bringing you all of the cards as they get revealed, because that's what I do. In the meantime, make sure you tell me what you think about these cards. Tell me if you can think of any redeeming features of these cards. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, but be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do just that. And do check out my Pokemon Quest videos I've started doing, because that game's awesome, and I like covering other games. Just to be clear, those videos are in addition to my TCG videos, not instead of. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.